If a man cheats on his wife, who does the wife usually blame? Women shouldn't be cheating with someone's husband, but it is the man who is to blame. He took the marriage vows, and it's up to him to live by them. It's up to him to be a real man. It's time we all started making men accountable for their actions. It's time we started making men earn what we choose to give them sexually. It's time we started making men be responsible for their roles in our lives. If you want a real man to love you, make him prove he is one before you have sex with him. Porn in your relationship isn't healthy most of the time. The man is thinking about a porn star while he uses your body for the pleasure. Women need to start being proactive in their relationships. We can't bring back equality in our lives if we don't demand the respect we deserve. We need to hold our men to a higher standard than most men are currently offering. We need to teach our sons the proper ways to respect women. The largest groups of viewers of free porn on the internet is between the ages of 11 and 17. Our sons are growing up using young women just like they see the men doing in the porn industry. Is your son one of them? If you think he isn't, you're most likely in for a rude awakening. Have you checked your son and husband's computers to see what they've been watching? Chances are they are watching porn regularly. Over 30% of males in America are using porn on a daily basis. Women everywhere need to be aware of what the men in their lives are doing. Right now we're not, because we're not informed. We're giving into the pressure of an entertainment world that's changing the mindset of America. And it's not a mindset that's empowering our women. It's taking women's rights backwards. You may think it's normal for men and boys to look at porn. It might have been a long time ago, but that's not the porn we're dealing with now. Our sons and husbands are seeing some really hardcore stuff. Most women in our country have no idea what their men are looking at. There's girl-girl sex, boy-girl sex, and group sex, just to name a few. There's anal sex, double and triple penetration, ass to mouth, deep throating, and squirting, which is peeing while having sex. Incest, pedophilia, depraved and violent sex are what the porn industry is pushing. Our kids are watching all of this too, and it's way too much for them to be seeing. Most men who watch porn on a regular basis are masturbating to it just as regularly. You want to know why they need that little blue pill? This is why. They masturbate so often to porn that they can't get it up for a real vagina anymore. This also changes the way their brains react to sex in women. It releases chemicals that give them a high, just like a heroin fix. The more males masturbate to porn, the more likely they are to become addicted. It's like giving themselves a heroin fix every time they masturbate to porn. Women need to educate themselves about the effects of porn on men in their lives. As more and more men become addicted to sex and porn, women's lives and our very safety become more in jeopardy every day. I've been speaking to porn addicts on a regular basis. I've been studying actual cases of what porn addiction can do. It's an alarming and disturbing dysfunction that is taking over our country. There are millions of men and boys in our country who are already afflicted with this addiction. As a woman, if you condone their porn use, or if you are actively trying to recreate porn scenes for them, you are triggering this addiction that is taking over their minds. Instead, you need to show them you need love and intimacy. Take a stand in your relationships and demand they think about you when you're having sex instead of some porn star in one of their videos. Ask them for what you want during sex instead of just what they want. As young women, stop letting yourself be used as a sex toy by some random guy you don't really know. If he's not willing to commit to you, he's not worth your mind and your body. Women need to stop sexting them, stop sending them sexy photos, stop videotaping yourself in compromising positions that they will end up sending to others. These are all things young women and girls are doing across America every day. What you do when you're young will follow you your entire life, and you will be judged by. Think about your future before you do anything with a guy. If it can hurt you when you're older, you shouldn't be doing it when you're young. We live in a world of technology that allows our kids to do way too much. What you're doing right now can damage you for many years to come. Unfortunately, young women in our country aren't thinking past today. Guys don't care what can happen to you. When you do these things for him now, because in our current society, as Scott Brown's victory has proven, men aren't held to the same standards, so they will survive while you won't. I'll open the lines for comments and questions now. I hope we can get a good dialogue going on how women feel about what I've been talking about, because you really do need to care. How has porn affected your life, and how are you dealing with it all? That's all we have time for today. Next week, I'll be talking about the effects reality shows are having on America. We live in a culture of reality shows that tell our youth that's how you're supposed to act, when these shows are nowhere close to reality, and they are encouraging our youth to behave badly. I hope you'll all be back to talk about these important issues, because the things going on in America today are affecting all of our lives. Thank you again for joining me here for Women's Issues in America Today. God bless and have a great night.